Hi, this is Insha Noreen with Food Ingredient First, reporting from Cargill headquarters in Amsterdam, Netherlands, as part of a day visit to Cargill's Dutch cocoa supply chain. I'm here with Michiel van der Boom, Product Line Director, Cocoa and Chocolate for Cargill. Welcome.
Thank you.
So, during this visit, we are following the cocoa journey from arrival at the port to the processing at Warmer and then storage at Green Valley. At the processing stage, how much influence does Cargill have on the final product's flavor, color, and texture?
Yeah, so we have a lot of influence on the final quality of the product, flavor and color. And it already starts at the origin, right? With which beans we originate from a flavor perspective. So there's a lot of difference between the flavor between the different origins, but also the quality. We can control what we buy in the different origins. So that's really from the bean perspective. If you then look at our processing facilities, obviously very important how we store the beans and transport the beans to maintain the control of the quality of those beans. But then in our process, the roasting of the process is a very important step in really defining what kind of flavor profile we generate. And if you then move forward to our powder, what we looked at today is the alkalization of the powders, where you've seen a huge influence on the range of colors we can create. So we have a very large influence on the quality and the sensory and color performance of our products.
Okay. And do you think processing can compensate for the differences in beans' origin or crop quality, or are there limits to what processing can correct?
We can do a lot in processing. And if you look at our bean warehouse in Vollers, we are able to segregate the different beans, right? So we can really control what we bring into the factory and which kind of blends. So that's a very important step to do. And then the processing step we have at our factories has a very big influence on the final performance of the product. Has its limits, obviously, but we can go very far in correcting the specifications and make sure that we come out with a good product.
Okay. And when you talk to your customers, what do you think they are demanding for the most in the current market? Is it stronger flavor, better color, or is it the price factor?
Price obviously always important to our customers and ultimately also for the end consumer. So that will always remain an important factor for our products. And then customers are looking for novelties. What are the trends in the markets and how can they play into the trends and how can they be remarked in at the shelf of the retailer, right? So what's new in store? So customers are continuously looking for something new in innovation. What we do with them through co-creation in our R&D centers.
Okay. And how do you think cocoa price volatility has changed the way food manufacturers think about product development and their recipes?
Yeah, so the cocoa volatility has had a huge impact on the entire industry. So people have become more careful. So you see that in terms of behavior, how much cover people take at this point in time. So there's for sure a lot more prudence in the market. Customers are looking for optimized recipes to make sure that they have a competitive product into the consumer market. But that said, it's still important to attract the attention of the consumer. So innovation and new products continue to be important. And with cocoa prices coming lower, you see that that momentum also pick up again.
Okay, interesting. And how does Cargill help the customers adapt to the cocoa volatility without compromising too much on the taste, texture, and even consumer trust?
Yeah, so through our processing steps, right, and our expertise in how to process cocoa and chocolate, we can help a lot to make sure we get right performance with optimal recipes. But also we are active in the origin, right? So we are also helping our customers with our market insights and help them with products to make sure they can be supported in taking the right decision when it comes to purchasing cocoa and chocolate.
Okay. And when it comes to cocoa manufacturers, do you think they are reformulating nowadays more because of innovation or because market conditions are forcing them to reduce cost and the supply risks?
I think you see a bit of both. So there's definitely a fair share of customers that are looking to optimize and see what they can do different. And see if there's more optionality in the recipes. So people looking also into compound solutions. and mix it with a chocolate solution. So that is definitely going on. At the same time, the products need to be of good quality and appealing for consumers, right? So it's a balance act between a cost optimized product as well as a good, interesting product in the shelf of the retailer.
Yeah, definitely. And in the future, do you think the cocoa-based products will be more defined by origin or premium quality, or there will be a more focus on hybrids?
I think time will tell. I think there's definitely momentum today for more hybrid solutions, right? And we see customers experimenting how can they use hybrid solutions. At the same time, there also will be a market for pure chocolate in count lines and in tablets. I think that will remain, but I also do expect more creativity with our customers to see what hybrid solutions can be applicable for their products.
Okay, great. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.